What's up? We're back. Lady TC Knows in the house. Yes, that's LADII Sings Jazz on YouTube. For the full list of all my videos starting at the top, Chosen One series, you go on over there. If you didn't catch what I just said from my name, go in the bio when you're done watching this video. You'll see it says always in the bio or in the description, it says that it's Lady, LADII Sings Jazz. You go on over there from the top down is most recent. The very first video, and they're all 10 minutes apiece. It begins at November 30th, 2024, when I got into my full awakening, when the Heavenly Father got me up that day and put me on this Chosen One series project. And it was the day, it was right after the supermoon happened, the blue one where Tyson had that fight. And I did explain all that and did videos about that, but that TikTok account went. So we're beginning all over again. And that's why I keep telling you to go over to YTubi, because all my videos are there. Now this is beginning fresh again for third time. And I'm really tired of it. Because, you know, that 3 strikes you're out. So I'm not going to get into it. That's their way. They don't like something. That's what happens. But guess what? I don't have that problem over there. So if you want to catch all of it with my Chosen One series from the beginning, with my testimony, we go in depth talking about all kinds of subjects. I mean, things that some stuff I can't say over here. But you go on over there. It covers everything. So we're going on with part 2 here and talking about the recent shifting emotional chaos you're encountering and what to do to stay focused, okay? Because we are navigating these recent portals and continuous high energy and vibes and frequencies that are left behind by that Mars retrograde. Okay, so Mars retrograde ended, but yeah, some of it's left behind, and we're dealing with drama and emotional whirlwind that it brought. And what we need to talk about this, because I know some of you, I remember when I went through the shifting in November, it was so bad. I was laid up on that couch and I got on my knees and prayed to the Heavenly Father, just do whatever you want with me, but please lift me out this funk. It was bad. I mean, emotionally, dramatically, it was making me try to feel like giving up, but I know better than that. I always turn to the Most High. He got me out of 2 near-death experiences and back on my feet after losing everything. And this is all pandemic time, okay? He got me out of all of that. So I am more than happy to serve his will and purposes, because I know who got my back. And in serving his will and purposes as a chosen one, I'm reaching out to all you other chosen one, because he wants you to find him the same way I did. And I know many of you have the Most High in Christ in your heart. So ain't nothing to it but to do it, like I say in my other videos, all right? So listen, Mama TC knows, Lady TC knows, however you want to call me, it's cool. Now, what I want to do is go over a little bit right now about that Mars retrograde stuff. So I'm gonna peer up to the right. You'll see my eyes going up to the right, because I'm looking at like a PowerPoint to give you the gist of some of it. I'm not going over this whole video in its entirety, but to give you the basic gist of it. So what it says here is Mars retrograde symptoms, why everything feels so intense. We were all everyone was ready to embrace the chaos and everything flipping upside down. But guess what? That's not what really happened. They're saying instead we crashed into a wall, like the universe hit the gas. And the energy that shifted, but it was not in the way anybody expected. Instead of chaos, it says this weird sense of momentum. Gotta look up what that means. Momentum and clarity, like the fog finally lifted. And suddenly, we can see where we're going. But here's the catch. Not everybody feels the same after this last shift. Some got supercharged, ready to go, while others were still reeling in that Mars chaos. And some of y'all feel both, and you're caught between the momentum and an overwhelming sense of what just happened. But don't worry. They're saying don't worry if you still feel unmotivated. It's not because you're falling behind. It's because something big is aligning for you. Yes. So just give it a little bit more time. It says because by the end of this, you're going to understand exactly why these things had to happen this way. And you couldn't sleep last night. It says, I have news for you. Why? There's a specific reason why most of us couldn't sleep last night. I know I couldn't. And when you find out what it is, it's saying you're going to be blown away. Your mind going to be blown. So stay here, because we're going to reveal it in a few. So listen up. And that's not even the wildest part, is what they're saying. That you're about to experience something that nobody saw coming. Okay, something Mars left behind. Like I was telling you, it doesn't want to let go. It don't want to let go. And then there's March yet to come too. See, Mars retrograde wasn't just a slowdown. It was a battle. And now that that's over, It's saying we're dealing with the aftermath. That's what I'm just trying to tell you. Not like the war is not done, but the war is done, but the battlefield's still smoking. So some of us feel charged up and ready to act like something's been unleashed. And others, they're still reeling. And they're feeling the weight of everything. And that's the ones I want to talk to. It's not just about moving forward. It's about what Mars left behind. Unfinished emotions, unresolved conflicts, that deep nagging feeling that something's not quite over yet. You know, that drama and chaos. And here's where things really get weird, they're saying. Because some of you are experiencing some things that you shouldn't, it may be even possible. But keep watching. The reality warp time feels different. Didn't I say? I feel like we went through some timeline shifts. It's subtle at first, but once you notice it, you can't ignore it. Time isn't behaving normally. Y'all know this. Some of you woke up and boom, it's already evening time the way you feel. Or time vanished in what it feels like minutes, or others, the days just dragging endlessly. Or time feels like it's stuck in slow motion. But here's the thing. This isn't your imagination. You're not imagining it. Mars is sinking back into full power. And in doing so, it's bending our perceptions. You see? So think of it like an archer that's pulling back that arrow in a limited stretching under the weight of Mars retrograde. And now, pow, that arrow just launched forward. And time is not going to wait for you and I no more. It's forcing us to act. ACT. The thing we've been postponing, the decision you've been avoiding, the universe is not going to give you a choice no more. You either move with this energy or you're going to get left behind. We've talked about that before. Speaking of this, the things that aren't, let's talk about what's creeping back in. Unfinished business affects some things not over with yet. If you thought you left something behind during this Mars retrograde, surprise. It's not done with you yet. Conversations you swore were over and you released into the universe. Emotions you thought were healed. Conflicts that seemed to fade away. Suddenly they're back. They're back. Maybe in the same form. Maybe in a completely new disguise. But the energy is unmistakable. It's not a random repeat. It's a test. Old patterns are baiting you. Old wounds are poking at you. And the way you respond this time, it matters more than ever. Okay? And this is exactly why it's actually good. It's not a test. It isn't just a test. I mean, it is a test. It's a golden opportunity for you to break free and rewrite your story and finally close the loop of what's been holding you back. Okay, now on that, we're going to handle it differently this time. Now, I have previous videos over there on YT that can show you. There's one video in particular that talks about writing letters to the people that have harmed you greatly, that you have trouble with forgiving. Remember, we just did some videos discussing forgiveness and such. Now, I know I had a couple people come on YouTube. I can't forgive nobody. I just can't. What they did is so horrendous. I can't forgive. I get that. And I wrote them back. I get that. I truly understand that. But ask the Heavenly Father to help you to come to a point where you can slowly begin working on that or something. But listen. This is one exercise that I have it on YT. I'm gonna pull it up and see if I can repost it for you. But this woman, this young lady, she made a video about writing these letters. And your letters are yours. You don't have to share them or show them to anybody. But these letters in particular, you're writing to the people. Each separate individual letter explaining exactly how they hurt you and explaining how they forgive you. When you write these letters, I forgive you though you did this and that to me and it hurt me so much. You write it out however you want to write it. And in the end of the letter, say, I forgive you because I have to move on and I have to clear my life out of all this clutter that's holding me back. And then you end the letter saying, and I pray for you that you get yourself together and you come to resolve the issues with yourself and understand that I forgive you. I'm sending it out into the universe, this energy, and in hopes that in prayers, I know that I affirm that you're going to receive this. And then God is going to do a work on you and change you. And then one thing we need to understand here, people, is when we release things into the universe, don't just think you sent it out to the universe and the universe is the only one's going to get it. The same people that hurt you, when you write that letter and release it out, they're going to receive that energy that you forgave them. So see, what you're doing is sending it out into the universe and across timelines to help those people as well. You're not just forgiving yourself and doing it. And when you read it, when you actually write it out, That is healing power for yourself when you do the ACT, the act. Okay, now we're going to go on to part